On to number 23 of my countdown of the top 50 games in my collection. This is Smallworld. This game replaces Risk for me, the old classic in everybody's closet, Risk. This is a game set in a fantasy world where you will play various fantasy races, multiple throughout the game. So plays 2 to 5 players, probably best with 3 or 4. Different mechanic with this game is it has a different board for depending on the player count. So this is I got the 2-player board. On the back side is for 3-player, and there's a 4-player and a 5-player in the box, and they sell a 6-player board if you want to buy it as an expansion. It takes about an hour to play. Difficulty on a scale of 1 to 5 is about a 3, because these can get a little confusing. 10 or up for the kiddos, age-wise. Area control game. So the way it works is the mechanics relatively simple, because to win the game, whoever has the most money at the end of the game is the winner. You will take control of the various areas by placing your armies on them, and to take an area, you have to put one more person than token that is on the board, and then you can try and push it with your last placement as you place. So you could play 2 there and 2 there and 2 there, because you got to place a minimum of 2 as you're placing. And then this is a mountain range. The mountain range, I didn't get the token out. Is that still on the board? Nope. So there's a mountain range here, and there should be a mountain token. So it would take an extra one. So you take your 2 and then your 1 extra to take control of it. And then you would have control of it, and then you can reassign your folks. And then the next turn, you would have fewer folks. And these guys may get wiped off the board by other players, so they would get removed, and you would have less people. So on your next turn, you would want to make the choice: do I want to send this civilization into decline, essentially giving up this turn and being able to get a new race with a new stack of characters, or a new army essentially, to go into the next round. What adds to the replayability of this is these 2 stacks right here. So there'll be options as you're selecting which force to take, and there's the descriptive stack and what the actual race is. So there's like merchant trolls would be one option, and seafaring orcs, and commando wizards. So each of these have different abilities, and the way they interact with other pieces on the board, or they may get you more money if you hold certain areas. So that's how that works. And so there'll be a list of a number of them, depending on players, that you may want to take. The first option, it will be free. The second option, you'll have to put a coin on any one you skip. So it makes it more attractive for other players to potentially take a bad matchup or combo, but they'll get free money for it. So you play a certain number of rounds, again depending on player count, and at the end of that number, most gold wins. Had some. This game doesn't hit the table enough. People aren't in the mood for some reason, or there's always something new. This is a relatively older game comparatively. This is probably, I guess, 10 years old now. So they call it the cult of the new. Keeps people probably from playing this, but had some good times playing it. So number 23, Smallworld. Stay tuned for number 22 for the kids.